Good morning, children. This is geography class. In this video, we'll study the chapter transport. In your textbook, it is chapter 15. So, what is the content of the chapter? In this chapter, we'll study about the importance of transport system and then the four modes of transport. These are roadways, railways, airways and waterways, their advantages and disadvantages, plus some other additional things. So let us begin with the importance of transport. You know, children, that in the modern India, transport system is known as lifeline of modern India because no life is possible without transport. So, what is the economic benefit of transport and the social benefits? In your textbook, this is given separately, economic benefits and the social benefits. But if you get the question, what is the importance of transport, you can write the points together. So let us discuss the economic benefits of transport. Firstly, transport system has helped a lot in the industrial and agricultural production as well as development in the country. Second, it helps in promoting foreign trade in the country. The raw material which is produced in India is exported to other countries through transport. Then it promotes tourism, which is also a source of national income. So it promotes tourism. Then transport is the backbone of a country's economy. As you know that without backbone, nobody can stand. So without transport, any country's economy cannot stand. Why? Because it unites people from one corner of the land to the other corner. So we call it the backbone of country's economy. And then they help, means of transport help in agricultural and industrial development of the country. Then what are the social benefits of transport? The first is it is mostly due to transport that people are able to commute to their workplace every day, means people can go easily from their home to their workplace. Next point, developed means of transport help in the expansion of education even in the remote areas of the country like the villages, and it provides mobility to the teachers and students. So now everyone can get education due to transport, expansion of transport. Then last point here is that villagers are able to avail employment opportunities in the cities because of the expansion of means of transport. So we have discussed these points like what are the economic benefits of transport and what are the social benefits of transport. Now, as I told you that there are four modes of transport: roadways, railways, airways and waterways. So, let us begin with roadways. There are few things to be discussed for roadways. Like India has a road network over 5 lakh kilometer as on 31st March 2016. So we can say that it is the second largest road network in the world. So roadways has earned a name in the world. And if I give you a question, if I ask you a question that in what ways road transport score over rail transport? There are four means of transport, and generally we compare the roadways and railways. So if the question comes here that in what ways roads are better than railways, so let us discuss here 3-4 points. First is roads are more significant. Why they are more significant in India? Because they provide door to door service, right? By the railways we cannot reach to our doorstep, but the roads provide this facility. Then second point is roads can be constructed on high altitude areas and steep slopes. It is easy to construct them on the hills and the steep slopes, but it is not easy to construct the railway lines. Third point, roads are cheapest means to connect villages and the urban areas, means the cities. They are cheapest in what sense? As they connect the villages and the urban areas. So in this sense, they are cheapest. And last point is they are good for supplying perishable items which get destroyed very fast, like milk, fruits, and even vegetables. So these are the 4 points which tell us that roads are better than railways. Roadways are better than railways. Now, classification of roads. So here we shall study about expressways, then national highways, then golden quadrilateral, state highways. Okay, so this is to be studied. Again, I am repeating: expressways, national highways, golden quadrilateral, state highways. Okay, so we are beginning with the expressways. What are the expressways? Children, these are multi-plane, well-paved highways. So expressways are also the highways used for movement of goods and traffic, right? And India's first expressway was constructed between Ahmedabad and Vadodara, right? And they are also known as this one is known as National Expressway, right? So let us see the names of some very important expressways. Here in this chart you are seeing some names. Okay, so first name is Mumbai-Pune Expressway, and it is located in Maharashtra, right? Then Ahmedabad-Vadodara Expressway, okay, it is located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Then Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway in Delhi. Noida, Greater Noida Expressway in Noida. Then Yamuna Expressway, New Delhi to Agra. Okay. Then Chennai Bypass Expressway, it is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So all these are the important expressways, and one starts from your own city, that is Lucknow. We call it Lucknow Agra Expressway. Okay, so these are the important expressways. You learned the names. Okay, then comes national highways. These national highways are maintained by Central Public Works Department. We call it CPWD. What are these national highways? These are long metal road, pakka roads. Then they link far away places as they pass through many states. For example, the highway between Varanasi and Kanyakumari is is one of the longest national highway. The main national highway connects places like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Kanyakumari and Leh. Right? And here you are getting a term NHDP. NHDP, you have to learn the full form. A National Highways Development Project. So it is a project which constructs the national highways. In order to give a boost to the trade and economic development of the country, the government has undertaken this project, that is NHDP. Okay. Now, what is NHAI? You can be asked the full form of NHAI. This is National Highways Authority of India. And it is an autonomous agency of the Government of India which is responsible for the management of a network of over 60,000 kilometers of national highways in India. So what is the importance of national highways? Firstly, they are all weather reliability, means they can be used in all weathers. Then second, they reduce transportation costs, right? And they lower the trade cost and they provide employment opportunities to local workers in those areas where they are being constructed, right? So this is something additional. Now let us discuss GQ. GQ means Golden Quadrilateral. You can be asked this question, what is Golden Quadrilateral? So the Golden Quadrilateral or GQ is a highway network which is connecting many of the major industrial and agricultural and cultural centers of India. Industrial, agricultural and cultural centers of India. And it formed a quadrilateral, means this type of shape. This type of shape, right? And they connect Delhi, which is in the north, Kolkata in the east, Mumbai in the west and Chennai in the south. So it has this kind of shape as you are seeing here. So it is called a quadrilateral. So we call it the Golden Quadrilateral. And which cities are mainly connected? Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Now the important question is here, what are the objectives or benefits of Golden Quadrilateral? Right? First point is, the purpose of this project is to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of India. Mega cities of India means the very big cities where population is over 10 million people. Right? So they connect the mega cities, they reduce the time and distance between the mega cities. Second advantage or benefit is they provide better movement of products to facilitate truck transport, right? So they have encouraged truck transport. Then third, this GQ helps in industrial growth of the smaller towns through which it passes, right? Generally in the smaller towns, the raw material is produced. So from here it is transported to the industrial centers. Then transport agriculture produce raw material from waterland, means from the fields to the major cities and ports for export. Okay, and then they provide job opportunities. Now next thing is state highways. What are the state highways? The state highway and rural roads are developed and maintained by the various agencies of state and union territories. So they link these state highways link the major cities of a state, right? Okay. Now, what are the advantages of road transport? Advantages of road transport. First is roads are the cheapest means of communication and track and link villages to urban areas. Second, construction of roads can be undertaken in the remote areas, in the difficult terrain like the mountains, deep valleys, high altitudes, and the steep slopes. Then road network provide door-to-door service, but the railways do not provide this. Roads are safer means of transport for perishable commodities like fruits, vegetables, and milk from villages to the cities. Then the role of roads is most important for the economic development of the country. And lastly, the roads provide a link between railway station and ports. So from these points you can learn any three. Okay. Now here is a question, children. As you are seeing, it's written that the road transport is most favored in northern plains in India. Northern plains in India. So the question is generally asked, why is road transport most favored in northern plains of India? So there are some favorable points. Because of their flat level lands, northern plains are flat in nature. They have soft alluvial plains, rich agriculture, and high density of population. Therefore, road transport is most favored in northern plains in India. Again, I am repeating the points because in northern plains, the northern plains are flat level lands. They have soft alluvial soils. They are rich in agriculture and they have high density of population. Therefore, they are mostly used and favored in northern plains of India. Now, lastly, we shall discuss some of the disadvantages of road transport. First point is, most of the roads in the villages are unmetalled. They are not pakka roads, they are unmetalled and they are badly maintained. And the main problem in the rainy season is the problem of water logging. Then traffic jams are very common. This is another problem which is faced by road transport. Third is lack of roadside amenities. Which amenities? Like repair shops are absent, first aid centers, there are no first aid centers, no telephone booths and rest houses. So roads lack the roadside amenities. And next is shortage of funds. Roadways department face the problem of shortage of funds which result in poor maintenance of roads. Children, we have studied the types of roads on the basis of their importance and we have studied golden quadrilateral. These are actually there are two major projects undertaken by NHAI. NHAI means National Highways Authority of India. So we have already discussed golden quadrilateral. Now the next project is called North, South, East, West corridors. North, South and East, West corridors. What are these corridors? So it is the largest ongoing highway project in India. Largest. Okay. And it consists of building 7,142 kilometers of 4-lane and 6-lane expressways. 4 lanes and 6-lane expressways which are connecting the major cities like Srinagar, Kanyakumari, Porbandar and Silchar. First is North-South Corridor. It would connect Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir with Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu with a 4,076 kilometers long road. Second part is the East-West Corridor, right? And it would connect Silchar in Assam with the port town of Porbandar in Gujarat with a 3,640 kilometers of road length. So this is called North, South and East, West corridors.